Of watching some Magic.
Ah, yes.
We can watch some Magic right here between, I believe it is Noren, it's Nolen Lauren.
I was just told it was Lauren.
He put his own first name as Nolen. So hopefully, if he filled out his deck list, then this is the correct thing. And if he gave it to a friend, hopefully his friend knows his first name. Or he could have just put his own name in there wrong. I don't know. He could have just put first name. Yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah,
it says, according to his deck list, it's Nolen Lauren.
yes.
But I guess,
Judge and Dane told me.
okay, we'll just stick with Lauren Nolen.
All right. Well,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal.
We'll know who we're talking about.
Yeah, we can just we can refer to him as Blue Shirt.
We could refer to him as either Nolen or Lauren because it's like we're just referring to him by his last name if we get the wrong one. Or
Yeah,
it doesn't
luckily,
matter, right?
Ryan's name isn't Nolen Lauren, so that we get them confused.
Yeah,
with
he
Lauren
doesn't.
Nolan.
He's not.
It's
like,
not the same names.
Yeah. It's a little confusing earlier when we had Brian and Ryan both playing mono green.
And both wearing hats.
Yeah, it was, and both kind of having a beard. It was really tough. It was like there was a mirror match in all aspects.
Yeah, they were both a Huntmaster Fells.
Yeah. Speaking of which, of that card, I don't know what the breakout card of the weekend is. Like, would you think it's Huntmaster?
Yes.
Huntmaster seems really, really, really strong. I mean, again, it feels like it reminds me of Olivia, and I was talking about Olivia earlier. How it's just like you look at it and you're like, oh, that seems really good, but when you play it, it's like, oh my god, that is really good.
Really good.
Or play against it, and like who was it, Yosef that we talked to a little while ago, Yosef Bridges, who also made top 8. When he read the Huntmaster, he read the front of it, and he just thought he had a vague idea of what the back did, so he didn't read it.
Yeah.
And then when the back hit flipped, and he was just like, oh man,
that card's insane. Pretty hilarious.
Should have read the back.
Now, do we know how Lauren did in the standard portion in the Swiss here?
I don't know his record, no.
Okay, well, we're getting started. So Ryan leads things off with a turn 1 Copperline Gorge into a Birds of Paradise.
Nice start for Ryan.
That's definitely the play he wants to be making on turn 1. And let's see if he has that sword to follow it up. That would be completely brutal. Lauren has an ideal first play himself, however, and he plays a turn 1 Delver of Secrets.
And Nicholas Saban and I were talking about how much you just want to see both decks just get off to a good start. You don't want to see somebody stumble. You want to see good Magic, both players getting their ideal starts. And,
definitely.
Looks like so far so good for both guys.
Here, Ryan playing a Rootbound Crag, which comes into play tapped, but he has a Strangleroot Geist for turn 2. He's going to send that in the red zone, putting Lauren down to 18 here.
It's like you almost forget it has haste too. It's just like it's already so good, and it's like, oh, it also has haste.
It's a spirit.
Just note from Twitter, HVAC Integrator 83 just told me Paulo locked top 8.
Paulo's in top 8
Paulo
too?
just locked top 8, according to the note I just got from Twitter. So pretty cool.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
This top 8 could really this is really nuts. Wow. So.
All right, and Ryan bashing for another 2, putting Lauren down to 16 here. Ryan's at 19, and Ryan's going to continue to advance his board state by playing another Birds of Paradise. Just working with that mana. I think he's probably going to want to. Maybe he's ramping up to something big, like Primeval Titan.
So both of these guys, looks like
8-0 and 2.
8-0 and 2, so no losses between them.
Yeah,
just
they
some
probably
draws.
drew with each other in round 9.
Yeah, it's possible. Quite likely, probably. Quite likely, probably. That doesn't make any sense. Or it's just redundant.
Lauren, sitting on a Mana Leak and a few other spells, still hasn't had an opportunity to flip his Delver of Secrets.
Yeah, Lauren keeping his hand pretty close, so we can't quite see it. I do see the obvious mana leak there. Mana leak's a card that just seems like it's very clear when they have a mana leak, or even Force of Will. They have those like orangey looks to them.
Yeah. So we have a Delver of Secrets here, another one from Lauren. Now, that can turn into a very vicious Air Force almost out of nowhere. The Arrow Ephemerons are ticking down.
Nice.
Ryan with his sixth source of mana here. Let's see, does he have Primeval Titan or something big? No, it's just another Strangleroot Geist, and it seems like Ryan may have kept a somewhat questionable hand with only Strangleroot Geist as a threat. And hands in these green decks can often be deceptive. You know, you have the turn 1 bird, but you have 4 lands, another 1-mana producer, and a Strangleroot Geist, and that hand isn't really keepable. Alright, Lauren's going to go ahead and reveal Gutshot.
And here comes the Air Force.
And these are going to be beating for a lot of damage very quickly.
And you wonder, is Ryan just going to chump with those birds?
Not yet. I mean, he has 6 drops in his deck. I think it's worthwhile to wait as long as possible.
Yeah, at this point it's not that important.
Also, he knows that Lauren has access to swords, and he doesn't really have many flying creatures, so having the Birds of Paradise in play, it minimizes the chance that Lauren is able to play a sword and equip and get in there with the insectile aberrations.
Right, so Lauren goes ahead and Gutshots one of the birds. Keeps Ryan off of 6 mana, theoretically. Depending on if Ryan has a land drop here, which he still might. Swings in with Strangleroot Geist, knocking Nolen to 10 here. Although life totals might not be correct. I think Ryan's at 11. Right, we're checking on that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. 10 and 11 makes sense. Okay. So he did not have an extra land or another land drop, and the Delvers, or the flipped Delvers, Insectile Aberrations, knocking Ryan to 5.
Man, I wonder what Ryan has in his hand, that he didn't have a land to play and he can't cast the cards in his hand.
Yeah, this seems kind of weird.
No, he did have lands. He
just hiding off
of
the off camera.
Now, here, Ryan's getting a little bit punished just for keeping a questionable hand. He's going to attack for another 2, dropping Lauren down to 8. And I think this may just be the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, did he really keep a hand that was that? I mean, he just had Geist, and I mean, if he had birds and all lands, I mean, that's we haven't seen anything else out of
birds.
him. That's what I mean, like double birds, Geist, and then all lands. I mean, there's a Huntmaster. Maybe he kept it, but no, he would have played that way earlier.
Definitely did not have that card.
So we have Mana Leak, and Ryan has the mana to pay for it.
That's fine. Now he just forces his opponent to tap the bird.
Right.
And he's going to gain 2, but he's going to go to 7. Now Lauren can kill him with a Gut Shot, a Vapor Snag, or a Snapcaster Mage next turn. And he has a Vapor Snag in his hand, so the game is over. And that's it. Ryan goes to 6, and 2 Delvers are going to finish it off.
Wow, yeah, as quick as that. Those Delvers just seem so
they just take the game over, especially if somebody
just
stumbles and you're able to have just something that you spent 1 mana on, dealing 3 a turn, while you can just sit back in your mana, ready to mana leak whatever comes out.
Yeah, when you think about it, Nolan's hand didn't seem that impressive, really. Either he played those Delvers, but otherwise wasn't doing very much at all. He Gut Shotted the birds.
I mean, I think the reason he wasn't doing anything is because Ryan wasn't doing anything. I think he had cards like Mana Leak and Vapor Snag in his hand, and Ryan never did anything that really mattered. So we're going to ask you guys a trivia question now, and there are going to be a number of people answering this. Remember, Twitter, hashtag SCG Premium, tweet to us and answer this question, and we will offer up 3 months of free Star City Games Premium for you. So the question I want to ask is, there's a Pro Tour going on, Pro Tour Dark Ascension, and this Pro Tour Top 8 already has multiple Hall of Famers locked up. If you can tell me one of these Hall of Famers, I will gladly give you a shot at 3 months of free premium. So tell me one of the 2 Hall of Famers who are a lock right now for top 8 at Pro Tour Dark Ascension.
Good question.
Yeah.
Just come up. You had that ready, weren't you? You
Yeah, I
had that
had
ready,
that
but
ready.
you wrote that down in the hotel room last night, didn't you?
No, because I didn't know if any Hall of Famers.
Well, you
were top
predicted
8.
it, remember?
How often does a Hall of Famer top 8 Pro Tour?
Apparently,
Never.
often enough for you to have predicted it last night.
Too soon.
Yeah.
All right, so we can go back to coverage of the match now.
Yeah, so so yeah, tweet your answer at SCG Premium, not at SCG Premium, but with the hashtag SCG Premium, and a random correct answer will win 6 months of free premium. I'm sorry, 3 months of free premium, right? 3, 6, and then a year.
6
Yeah.
is
6 is tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
I'm trying to look at the sideboards here.
Yeah, so out of the sideboard, I think Ryan is going to be bringing in an extra copy of Sword and War Piece. He's also probably going to be bringing in at least 1 copy of Ancient Grudge. He's going to have 2 copies of Combust. I imagine he's going to bring in a single copy of Urabrask the Hidden. And he's probably going to be... no, he's not going to be bringing in the Ratchet Pumps. Those are more for the versions that splash black.
Right.
So... yeah, I mean, a pretty nice sideboard plan for him. He's definitely taking out his Vorapede. That card seems hard here. I don't think you want Acidic Slime. To be honest, I don't think the green Suns are actually that great in this matchup, so you can shave a few of those. And I think that's his sideboarding plan. What do you see for Lauren over here?
Looks like he's got a definitely Sword of Feast and Famine here. He's got an extra copy of Dungeon Geist. He's got 2 in the main. Definitely like those Dungeon Geists.
Yeah, I mean, those seem to be really, really good right now. I'm surprised that Nolen chose to play Geist of Saint Trapt when he's the Dungeon Geist main. That seems to be something we see go hand in hand with Drogskull Captain.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing Star of Temptation, you normally want to play Cyanamuna.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. Yeah, I mean, I think I can see the Dungeon Geist. I can see him bringing in some Oblivion Rings for maybe some of the Hunt Masters.
Yeah, I mean,
he can't totally lean on Vapor Snags all the time to take.
I
care
like
of.
his main deck Mutagenic Growth. I think that's if he's going to play the Geist, that's something that's really nice to have in Game 1. Nobody's ever going to block a 2/2 Geist, or nobody's ever going to expect when they block a 2/2 Geist for it to be able to go over the top. And if you have that main deck Mutagenic Growth, along with all of these very powerful cantripping effects, it's just a really nice play to have. And also on the top 8, when your opponent sees 1 of it, it's going to make them play differently.
Exactly. Yeah, we actually saw that Mutagenic Growth when we had him on camera earlier. It was when I was doing the coverage with Nicholas, and that Mutagenic Growth came down. It was I can't remember I can't remember what he used it on, but he plays Mutagenic Growth and played Snapcaster and flashed it back. That's what it was. Geist of Saint Traft, actually. That's what it was. He attacks with Geist of Saint Traft, and his opponent blocks with a 4/4 Blade Splicer Golem that had was getting pumped by like an intangible virtue or something like that, and he goes Mutagenic Growth, Snapcaster, Mutagenic Growth, so it was just the 6/6, and of course, that's not something you expect. So he ends up losing his.
When Geist
his
wins
token.
the fight all on its own without the Angel, that's not good news for people. Now, something else that's interesting about his deck list, I think Thought Scour is kind of another one of the breakout cards of this weekend. I think everybody kind of learned that Thought Scour belongs in the Delver decks.
Yeah.
People are playing it in Blue-White Delver with Runechanter Spike. People are playing it in Blue-White Delver, which splashes black for Lingering Souls. There it has, a huge benefit. It combos extremely nicely with the Lingering Souls. You can use Ponder, put Lingering Souls on the top of your deck, and then you can just Thought Scour it away.
Right.
You just get free cards out of it. Another thing that's really nice about it is that, it lets you cast your Snapcasters on their end step and use them as Silvergill Adepts, just drawing an extra card.
Right, and providing more fuel for any more Snapcasters, too.
Yeah, I mean, it produces fuel for the Snapcasters.
And if you're playing Runechanter's Pike,
if you're playing Runechanter's Pike, you can just bash for 1,000,000 with it. Samuel Estradi, yesterday at the Pro Tour, was able to give a creature +16, +0 with a Runechanter's Pike, thanks to his full set of Thought Scours, which he drew all 4 of that game.
That's pretty nuts.
All right, so getting ready for Game 2. Ryan being on the play is really rough for Nolen. I don't think that the matchup is very good for Nolen in the first place. Ryan in Game 1 kept a very questionable hand, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, if Nolen can get the early gut shot, though, keep Ryan off of just the acceleration.
Yeah, I mean,
keep him in the game a little bit better.
the biggest danger coming from Ryan's deck here is the option of a turn 2 sword. The opportunity to do that is just terrifying, especially if you're a blue white deck like Nolan's deck. It's just, you're not going to beat a turn 2 sword and war piece ever. I have no voice anymore.
Talking for.
By the way, I bought Star City out of all the venues.
All right, so Ryan leads on turn 1 Llanowar Elves, and Lauren has the
turn 2 Sword of War
1
piece. That's what we just
Delver,
talked
and
about.
there's the turn 2 sword. Yeah. So.
But Lauren's able to flip the Delver right away.
Yeah,
It's gonna
both
be a
players
big
now
help.
looking like they're in good shape.
And Lauren here can get a massive tempo boost if Ryan decides to go ahead and equip that right away. Because what Ryan does not know is that Lauren has the Vapor Snag in hand already. Now, unless Lauren did not have this land already, or did not have a land already, I think that you don't really need to ponder there.
Okay, Sea Chrome Coast for Lauren. In with the Delver, or the Insectile Aberration.
Insectile Aberration. Jeff Goldblum, as I like to call it. It's a human insect.
It is.
Multiple creature types that human insect has.
All right. Do we
Gregor
see-
woke up in the most unusual state.
Yeah, I like that better.
All right. All right, now Ryan's got to think about this. He decides just going to attack for 1. Lauren falls down to 19. And a Daybreak Ranger from Ryan. And, Lauren's going to have to do something about that Daybreak Ranger because it just taps to kill that Delver of Secrets if at any point Ryan gets to untap with it in play. So I think what we're going to see here is Lauren's going to use a Vapor Snag and just bounce it back to Ryan's hand here.
Now, if he happens to have Land Snapcaster,
Yeah, this
he'll
could just
in
be brutal.
reasonable shape to protect himself from that sword.
But, when a red-green aggro deck's on the play with turn 2 Sword of War and Peace, that's just hard.
Yeah.
Looking at the SCG Premium Twitter feed, seeing a lot of correct answers. Remember, there are 2 correct answers right now.
I don't think, honestly, I don't think I've seen a wrong answer.
Yeah, I haven't seen a wrong answer yet.
That one's wrong. There's no answer in it, but somebody just tweeted nothing at us.
All right, so Lauren finishes resolving his Ponder, and he has a second land in play now. Let's see, is he just going to choose to pass the turn, leaving open Mana Leak mana, hoping to hit that Daybreak Ranger, or is he going to continue to advance his own board state? I think if we see Lauren cast another Delver of Secrets, we can be just about positive that he has a
Vapor
Snag ahead. Alright, and a gut shot on that Llanowar Elf. Pretty nice timing. He puts Ryan in a pretty weird spot. Ryan is going to be required to have another land if he's going to make a play like Huntmaster of the Fells, which is just about the strongest card that he can play against a deck like Lauren's.
Yeah, let's see if he has it. Well, he's got a land. Does he have the action?
And, that's kind of been the question for Ryan in this match. Does he have the Huntmaster? Or,
Something.
no, it looks like a Daybreak Ranger
yeah.
again.
Well, that's the Vapor Snagged one, right?
Yeah, and maybe he's baiting. We don't know.
That's a good point.
Then again, it's not really baiting when the
When you
card
need to deal
resolves,
with it
you just
anyway,
kinda
yeah.
win.
Yeah. Kind of pretty much just. Alright, so we have a Thought Scour Thutzgower U. So
What?
I guess Lauren pondered, so he
Yeah, he
wants to
knows
keep
what's on
his
top, I
cards.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Something you don't see very often. But
We,
You know,
we saw it
if
actually
you-
earlier, either when I was with Adam or when I was with Nicholas. We saw that happen where he did it to his opponent. It was just like, wait, what? What? Why?
why do you do that?
I think it was Adam. And we realized, oh, it was the Ponder that he didn't want to lose the cards he put on top with Ponder.
You know, that's one of the best interactions with Thutzgower is that you can get rid of the cards that you
Right.
put there with Ponder. Because more often than not, there's maybe one card you want from that Ponder. And Thutzgower is going to allow you to make sure you only draw the card you need.
All right, well, it looks like he has Snapcaster, I think. Yeah, there's definitely a Snapcaster, Mana Leak. Can't
Yeah,
quite
so-
see the other two, but he hasn't flashed back a Vapor Snag yet or anything, right? He hasn't played a Snapcaster, so yeah, he's actually having that. Seems pretty good. You can use that same Vapor Snag on that same Daybreak Ranger in response to an equip, if that's what Ryan chooses to go with.
Yeah, now, so Lauren chooses to bash for the Insectile Aberration.
Yeah, the problem with that though is Daybreak can just kill the Delver.
Yeah, I mean, it can
With
just
that,
tap
you know.
to kill that with its 2 to a flyer ability. I think what Lauren's probably going to do is just Snapcaster Vapor Snag. No, it's a Geist.
Geist, okay. Geist, go.
Yeah, I think Ryan just wins now. Ryan can just equip the sword and then can't really lose. Because if he equips the sword, the Daybreak Ranger can just block the Geist and get a lot of protection from white, and then it can just shoot the Insectile Aberration. He can take 4 from the Angel, and then he's left with a Daybreak Ranger that's
And a sword.
a Nightfall Predator that's a 6/6 with pro red, pro white. I mean,
Yeah.
that beats a Sun Titan when it fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this sword equip is just kind of the game. Let's see if Ryan decides.
I'm
it's the,
surprised
correct
that,
line of play.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Lauren didn't see that.
I mean, it's just on board.
I mean, I'm assuming he did see it, but did he not see it as being as much of a threat as we're seeing it? You know, right? So he equips. Obviously, that's fine. He's gonna.
Yeah, now Ryan's just thinking about it. At this point, he's dumped a lot of men into this plan, though. So, and if he just attacks that Daybreak Ranger, that's actually going to put Lauren in a decent spot here. But I think it's unlikely that he doesn't shoot the Insectile Aberration. Now, one of the things that's so crazy about this Daybreak Ranger with the sword on it is that, once it flips, fighting is a 6/6 means
Yeah.
it's gonna beat everything, including angel tokens and just everything. And the Delver deck. I mean, you can't put any threat on the table except for Geist then, and
Well, let's see.
Ryan's guy wins.
Does he
He gets a
just?
Geist.
I mean, when Lauren untaps, he can still Snapcaster Vapor Snag. Right?
Yeah, and then I mean he loses the aberration,
Right.
and
Maybe that's what he's thinking. Maybe he's thinking, all right, I'm gonna put the Geist out there. I'm gonna give him my Delver.
yeah,
right?
then you drop
And
him
then
down
I'm
to 3.
gonna-
That makes sense,
I'm
and then you
gonna
can just kind
snap.
of kill him with an angel if you can get it to go through.
Yeah.
That's
Did he
fine.
just attack?
I think he just attacked, and that seems fine to me. He wants to gain a life from attacking. Plus, I mean, it seems unlikely that Lauren would have tapped out with that Geist if he didn't have some sort of very reasonable way to deal with the sorted up Daybreak Ranger.
Yeah. So now he gets to get in for. So how much did he gain there? How much life did he gain? Do we know the?
Don't know. Still looking at
We're trying to figure out. We lost connection to the judge. So that's the table judge. That will give us the correct life totals. But
Yeah, so he's gonna put Ryan down to 3 here. And he's mutagenic growthing a Geist. It's gonna put Ryan down to 1. And then he's gonna cast a Snapcaster Mage and flashback Gutshot. And that'll do it.
Or mutagenic growth, that's what I was thinking, probably more likely. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's
Ryan
it.
extends the hand.
Wow. Wow, that was some pretty good play from, 2 minutes ago when we were thinking, well, it looks like Ryan's got this game.
Yeah, I mean, when Ryan cast the turn 2 Sword of War and Peace, I did not think that Nolen was going to be able to win this game. But, Nolen showed us that these Delver decks really just, when they draw well, it's almost impossible to beat them.